Hello guys, today I'm going to be talking to you about the top 5 upgrades that I think every Slash 4x4 should have. So to start off the list, I think the number one upgrade should be these Techno M6 drive shafts just for the rear. The fronts are not needed as much, but the reason these are needed is because the stock drive shafts like this are splined. They're fine, but if you're running even just aggressive gearing on 2S, they're eventually gonna break away at the cup right there. The pin's gonna push out through the plastic and it's gonna snap. So I think these are an essential upgrade for any Slash 4x4 owner who wants to take their truck to the next level. And I think these are good because they're made out of steel, hardened steel, the whole thing. So they're pretty much not bendable. The cups, hardened steel, drive shafts themselves, hardened steel. The axles are really cool. So they have custom 6mm axles so they don't break like the stock plastic ones, and even just the aluminum Traxxas drive shafts can have problems with the stub axle breaking off like that, basically right at the pin behind the hex. And this makes it thicker. The only downside of this is this upgrade that you need to run the Techno plastic hub carriers. I bash my trucks very hard and I haven't had a single problem with these whatsoever, so I'd say they're fine. And you need to run, you can't run RPM arms basically, which isn't too much of a downside because if you take the stock arms and soak them in WD-40 for 24 hours, they become more flexible, but the RPMs just have too much flex for the drive shafts, and that could increase the risk of them bending. So that's why I think everyone needs that upgrade. Okay, second upgrade is the Traxxas big bore shocks. I think this is a good upgrade because people are going to be like, no, the GTR shocks are better, Power Strokes are better from Proline. The thing about these, they're not $160 for all four. They're about $60 for all four off eBay or Amazon. And they have titanium nitride coated shafts, which are, I've never bent one. They're pretty much indestructible. And they also come with PTFE coated caps and bodies. Can't really see the body, you can see it right here. PTFE coated shock caps and shock bodies. Pretty much frictionless operation for these shocks. And the regular Slash 4x4 has a lot of problems with the shock caps popping off. But even if you go to the aluminum shock caps, then your shafts are going to start bending. And I just think that that's a problem. So I think this is the second most cost-effective upgrade. Okay. Third upgrade is the RPM front and rear bumpers. I think these are essential because at least the front bumper that comes on the Slash 4x4 is not a strong piece of engineering. It basically just, the part that ties across right here likes to break at the differential right here. But luckily the RPM bumper does not utilize the same crossbar, it just goes in from the bottom. And as you can see from the marks, I've used this one pretty hard. I have used the rear one quite hard, and I haven't had any, like not even any cracks at where the screws go, and they're perfect. Basically, they're super flexible, like this, and the front one's super flexible, so they absorb the impact, they don't crack. Even when it's really cold out, they don't really get brittle, from what I can tell. So yeah, that's why I think these are the third most cost-effective upgrade. The fourth, I think, is even on a VXL model, the gearing. The gearing is 1354 stock. Right here I'm running a 1854, and I'm on a Hobby Wing Max 10. And it basically, it doesn't even get hot. The motor on 3S running this, it gets to about 110 degrees, and the ESC is about 80 degrees Fahrenheit. This is all Fahrenheit. So I think the gearing can easily be up to 18 without needing a fan on the Valenion ESC or a motor heatsink, I think you'll be fine. And even running on 3S, you just gotta watch your temps, and I do recommend one of these laser heat guns just because you can keep an eye on your electronics, make them have a long life. So, the gearing. The high-speed pinion that comes with the Slash 4x4 is a 21, I believe. And that, and anything above that, I would recommend a Valenion ESC fan, if you're still running the Valenion system, and a motor heatsink. This motor heatsink, it was from Amazon, about $12, I think, and it brings your temps down by at least 20 degrees, and I'm just running a different system here just because of reliability. I had the old 2-pole system in here, so it was really time for an upgrade. And the 5th most cost-effective upgrade, I would say, if you're not running Techno, is the rear hub carriers, because the stock ones are very weak. They like to break off quite often. So my 2 recommendations would either be the Traxxas aluminum hub carriers, just like these. I stopped running these because, as you can see on this one, and it happened on the other one too, the outer bearing shell melted itself basically into the hub carrier just from normal driving, and it basically is impossible to get out now. But yeah, aluminum one's about $25 with bearings. They look absolutely amazing. Like, look at the color on these. They're just very well made. These got used for about 2 years, so they're pretty marked up, scratched. But yeah, and then my other recommendation would definitely be RPM. RPMs are flexible. They're just good in general. They're easy to get the bearings out of. And yeah, that would pretty much finish up my top 5 list for the best Slash 4x4 upgrades. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.